So some interesting new shenanigans over at Twitter/X, as looks like some people have discovered um, a secret list of words that will monetize creators. Now, just like YouTube and probably most platforms, they don't tell creators what these words actually are, because if they tell us, then we dance around them. It's You really have to learn the hard way. You have to get repeatedly figure out, hey, this word's no good, that word's no good. So you say, the bad guys from WW2, or you say the 11th day of this month, or you say whatever the workaround is, because it generally doesn't hurt the message or the point you're trying to make, but it does stop it from being suppressed. Part of the thing with part of what's been revealed over the years, I mean, I don't think there's anybody in the game better than me at dancing around the no words. Like, I think I'm the best there is. And part of, it is, I understand why these systems are in place, because I also have a background in internet marketing. I had a search marketing agency for 10 plus years. I know in depth the Google AdWords backend and what certain, advertisers get as default options and type of videos that they don't want their ads to show on, because I managed tens of millions of dollars of AdWords spend every month for years. And the big problem for these type of no words are that they also suppress your post in most cases. At least that's the case on YouTube. Now, I don't know if that's also true on on Twitter, but it looks like it's, again, news to Elon. So the woman behind the Libs of TikTok account has been on a bit of a rampage, saying that, confirming, hey, these words will make sure that there's no ads on your tweet. And I assume thus also it will be shadow banned, because that's generally how it says that, how that generally works. So here we go. I'll say some of them. D-queen, prawn, grooming words, anything that has trans in it, any LGBTQ stuff, anything related to police, anything related to non-binary, apparently the word ugly, the word amen. I mean, the word, if you say amen in your post, they demonetize it. I think that's pretty odd. Police obviously seems pretty broad. I mean, amen? And the way that she tested it was pretty simple. She just would tweet a word and then see whether or not ads would appear on it. And then, of course, she uses her Libs account to get to that. I mean, again, this is Linda Yaccarino at play here. She posts LGBTQ. You see no ads in the thread. Now, what's interesting is if you leverage it, this is how you got rid of the this is how you got the Supreme Court ruling that you leverage the LGBTQ community, and you say, oh my God, Twitter is demonetizing LGBTQ content. You guys should probably riot against this, and then you'll get things done. YouTube did this. There was a massive backlash to YouTube when they did this. YouTube had demonetized all their weird, creepy content for a long time. Now, what's interesting is confirmed the word police is also demonetized. Only the censored version has ads. I never even see ads on my own posts. I don't care. I don't live for ads on YouTube. I've said this, or on Twitter. I've said this in a tweet today, and I'll say it again. I hope you follow me on X and Twitter, but I'm also on Gab, Truth, Minds. I'm everywhere. The average pay, just so this puts people in perspective, puts things in perspective, is less than $1 per 100,000 impressions. Okay, 100 million impressions in a month would net you $1,000. 100 million. There are accounts that have 10 million, 20 million followers that can't do that. Yet every freaking post on Twitter is, oh, would you ride a roller coaster with Elon Musk? Oh, here's an old race baiting video. What do you think? Would you share a rocket ship with Elon? And it's like, it's all engagement gate or bait. And for nothing, for pennies. And Elon tricked everyone into dedicating their lives to chase it. It's insane to me. Like, it's insane how I see people, like, you would be better, you would spend your time better walking along the freeway and picking up cans and taking them to the recycling center than you would spending all day on Twitter trying to go, quote unquote, go viral for most people. And a lot of the accounts I used to follow are now muted by me because I can't handle it. They're posting like 1,000 times a day, and it's like, what do you think? So then Elon finally replies to it after the word police gets picked up with his typical double exclamation points. I'm not exactly sure what that means. But again, this is the definition. This is the definition. Oh, some garlic. So here's an ad showing on one with police. So maybe that's changed. That looks like a questionable picture, but it's not. So it looks like police is showing an ad. But like it's still a long list, obviously. And you would get the reason these lists exist for advertisers is they have to group them all together because they don't know. So like an average normie advertiser doesn't know what controversial terms are, and they pop up all the time. So that's why platforms will group them together and say any post that includes these terms are likely to possibly have some issues, to have some, inflammatory content. Check this box to ban, to not do it. And that's exactly what this is. I do find it, I find it interesting that it's like finally Elon's little crew of people are calling it out. Elon Musk just, 5 days ago, or was it last week, literally said, nobody's done more to protect free speech than Twitter/X. Yet they still shadow ban people. People are still permabanned. There are dozens, hundreds, thousands of creators that are still permabanned even after he said everyone would have ban amnesty. They admit openly that they still shadow ban accounts. They rolled out in a new feature this week. And in that feature, they're finally telling you if your account is shadow banned or not and how to appeal it. Wouldn't it be a lot easier? I know this is crazy, but just turn off the shadow bans? Like, if you just turn off shadow bans altogether, wouldn't that be easier than building a whole system around telling us why we're shadow banned? It's because they still want a shadow ban. You know what I mean? It's because there's still shadow bans. Here's Alex, he's in Elon's crew. Elon Musk saying he's looking into trimming the list of terms labeled not safe for advertising on an X space with Ben Shapiro and reference this exchange with Chaya Raichik. He's looking into it. The thing is, how often are we going to keep, like, the idea is that, this is probably Elon probably didn't know. Elon probably wasn't aware. How often, forever, forever, we've been giving him this benefit of the doubt. I just don't know. I mean, he hired a WF CEO. He's caved almost 80% of government requests for censorship. I legitimately am beginning to think more that he just bought Twitter to unban Babylon Bee. He's that crazy. Because nobody believes that he's pro free speech, because he's not. His actions don't show that. Not even a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.